listeners. My name is Melanie.
And I'm Michael.
And this is Uplift Stitches. This is a place where we talk about cross-stitching, crafting, board games, and all of the things that make our hearts happy. Today is Saturday, December 2nd.
Yes, it is.
And this is Flosstube number 4.
Number 4. It's kind of crazy to think that it's been 4 already. I mean, it's 4 months because we do it once a month.
Yeah.
So, we have a lot to talk about in stitching, but first we'll talk a little bit about some life updates over the last month.
Well, first I just want to say hello and welcome. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. We're glad that you found us. We hope that you like what we talk about. If you're a returning friend, hello, how are you? We hope that you had a good month. We're glad to see you again. Thank you so much. I know I say this every time, but thank you so much for all of your kind comments, all of the love that you send our way. We appreciate it so much, and we think of you, and we're grateful for you as well.
Yes. So I guess we'll go ahead and dive into some life updates.
Yeah, we'll just give a little life update. We had a pretty busy few weeks since we saw you last.
Yes, we did. November, what did we do in November before Thanksgiving? I don't even remember.
It was the whirlwind. I don't know. I think we just lived.
We just lived. Yeah. We got together with friends. We don't think we did anything out of the ordinary.
No, I was sick when we filmed last, so I kind of recovered from that. But my seasonal allergies have been really bad, so I still sound not good, but I feel fine. It's just
seasonal allergies are bad sometimes.
Yeah.
But we had a great Thanksgiving. Her parents came over for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they were here for a few days. We had a lot of really good food and board games and stitching time.
Movies, and we watched football for the first time on Thanksgiving in a while.
Yes.
Because my team was playing, the 49ers won, which was exciting. So yeah, when they stayed over a few days.
It was a really nice, relaxing time.
It was. We had a great time. So, and then Sunday we went to my family's side. And
we celebrated Thanksgiving there.
And saw my brother and his wife. And it was great. We just talked and visited most of the time.
We visited a lot. We had delicious food, and we watched the Brady Bunch Christmas special.
We did. And we ordered pizza that evening, which it was nice. It was a nice visit.
It was a great day together.
We just decided to split the holidays rather than trying to do them on the same day. It
just works better for our families.
So it was a good holiday.
Yeah.
And then we don't think we did anything else of note after that, really.
No, you went back into work, and
I took the week off the Thanksgiving week. I took the whole week off and went back to work. Work's been really busy. I'm almost a department of one, basically, because one of the persons left, and then the other person transitioned to a different department, and so at the moment I'm a department of one, which keeps me very, very busy.
We had a few doctor's visits.
We did. We had some doctors. I had an eye appointment.
Next time you see us, we'll have new glasses.
So everything was going well. Her health is in good shape right now. Like I said, just her allergies is the only thing been bothering her. So.
And now December's here, and we are totally in the festive mood.
Yes, as you can tell from our shirts and outfits. So we've already transitioned to stitching on Christmas stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
So one other thing that Mel has done this month, I forgot to mention but she did some changing out with a quilt and that.
So we pulled out the Christmas decorations. We haven't brought the tree up yet, but our house is getting a little bit festive.
It is.
And that includes the craft room, so I did do a little bit of festivating.
Festivating? Yes, that's a good word. I like that.
Festivating here in the craft room. As I said, or maybe I didn't say, I don't know.
But so one of the things
I've been working on a lot of Christmas gifts and projects in here, so I wanted to enhance my little time.
She wanted to feel more Christmassy.
Yeah, so I pulled out. This is my very first quilt. It's a layer cake log cabin. I'll link the information below. I think it was by Moonkin Moonshine. I don't know.
It's been a while.
I'm really sorry. I have the information though, so I'll put it below. The fabric was a gift that I received last Christmas, and it inspired me to make something. So I did. So that's in here. I don't think you can see it in this shot, but I'll include a picture. All of my stone people are up above the quilt on a shelf. And then maybe you can see a little bit in the frame, but I put my Winter Rose Manor. That's what it's called. Winter Rose Manor by With Thy Needle and Thread. Over here, this was a gift. Well, I stitched it. But my dad kitted it up for me and my mom for Christmas a few years ago. I think in Christmas of 2020. He got us the fabric, the frame, the floss, the everything. So I finished that I think 2 years ago, and then I framed it this last year. So I decided to put that up for this time. And then my Lego floral art, I said I don't feel like having flowers there, so I made up a little snowman pattern and put that there.
It's super cute.
Yeah. So that, I don't know, it took me an afternoon to fiddle around and.
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't know what she was doing in here. I walked in there. She had this little.
Well, you were
snowman
working.
picture.
And,
I was working.
Yeah. I watched Flosstubes and just festivated.
Yeah. So we do have some fully finished objects. I'll go ahead and show mine first.
All right.
Okay, so I've got this is one I finished. This is a gift from my mom, and she usually doesn't see these, so hopefully she doesn't get shown this beforehand. But this is my winter holiday collection penguin. It's the Proud Penguin by Mill Hill. He is super cute. She loves penguins, so this one will be. And then I just finished it with some blue felt on back with a magnet. So
yeah, we used some adhesive felt, and then I just used Aleene's glue to glue a magnet on.
So this one turned out super cute. You actually cut them apart and then stitched them together because they're actually separate parts of the pattern. So it was a lot of fun.
It's so cute.
It's super cute. So that's my fully finished object.
Yeah, and I have a few. So I forgot to talk about this last time, but when we were on our anniversary trip, we went to a few thrift stores and antique stores. And when we were at one of the thrift stores, I found a little cross-stitch piece, which came home with us. But it needed to be refinished a different way. Someone had stuck it in a frame, and it was okay in there, but it needed a little...
It needed a little love and care.
A little love and care and sprucing up. So I brought it home with me, and I spruced it up a little bit and turned it into a pillow, and it's so cute. So I have no idea who stitched this. There was no note or initials or anything on this. But we bought it in Waterloo, Illinois. And it's just the most adorable little snow person. So I put some Lady Dot chenille trim on it and some fabric that I had and just turned it into a little pillow so it'll join all the rest of my snowman.
Yeah, she does love snowmen.
I do. They're all up here. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but they're on a little shelf.
You can see a few of them, not a whole lot. But yeah, she loves snowmen. So
yeah, so that was a fun finish that I had. I also, last time I was so close to a finish on Harper's Forest. This is a piece by Barbie Petal Pusher.
Oh yeah, this one's...
I just had a few, I think, branches and maybe 1 or 2 trees to finish, and I finished those, and I put it in a frame that I got.
Yeah, it's very pretty. I like the way it turned out.
I'm so happy with the way it turned out. I just think it's really beautiful.
Yeah. So those are our...
And then I have one more.
Oh, she has one more. That's right.
Yeah. So I was also close to a finish on this one. This is Flirting Turkeys by Miss Prim. I saw this on someone else's Flosstube, and I just ran and printed out the pattern because I thought it was beautiful. And I ended up turning it into a flat fold. This is my second attempt at a flat fold. But here is my finish. And this was stitched on a 32 count Mallow Stone by Atomic Ranch with a variety of threads. I didn't use all the called for threads, but I had this blue, I think this is a Teresa Coquette fabric that I used, and a little stand up.
Yeah.
Turned out pretty cute.
So yeah, very cool.
So those are my fully finishes.
Yeah. And then finished objects next?
Yeah, I don't have any.
Oh, wow. They're all fully finished. I have a couple. This one, the pattern itself is finished. I'm going to add a little border, but I'm going to consider it a finish.
All right.
This is my Chrisxrossstitch Up pattern. It turned out really nice. I do have the DMCs written down if anybody's interested, if they're going to stitch that pattern. I can send that along. But this one turned out nice. I'm going to put a little border around it. This is just on 20 count zweigart white. It's just a plain white.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll put a little border, and then I'm going to put it on a wooden plaque so I can hang it in my office.
This was a pattern that was by Stitchmandarcy.
Yeah.
For Chris at ChrisXrossstitch.
Yeah, and I just wanted it, and I asked Chris was nice enough to send it to me, so I'll definitely be finishing that one up probably between now and the next video.
Yeah.
And this one, as one have been wanting to stitch. I had this. I guess I bought this last year at the craft.
Yeah.
At the
a little over a year ago.
Fair. It's the Nordic Reindeer one.
By JBW Designs.
Yep. And I did use the white, but I ended up stitching on a different fabric. I did this on Cranberry Sauce by Live&Dye fabric. This is 20 count. And
Live&Dye LA.
Live&Dye LA, and I think this one turned out pretty nice.
It's beautiful.
I think I'm gonna make it into a pillow, but I think this one turned out really nice. I like the way it looks on the red. So, yeah. So those are my two finished objects.
Those are nice.
Yeah, I'm happy with them. I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to put my initials or not on them. So we'll see. So and then we have works in progress.
Yeah.
Which we actually have more than one.
Wow.
Well, because I had all those starts on our anniversary, which I don't do a whole lot of starts typically, but
yeah. So usually you're a monogamous stitcher, but lately you've been hopping all over.
I decided on our anniversary to try having a few projects going instead of just one or two, which is nice, but it makes me more anxious than I think some people. I don't think I could be one of those people that has 80, 90 projects.
Yeah,
going.
But it does seem like you're enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it. So, do you want me to start? Or you want to start?
I can start.
Okay.
So the first thing that I worked on after I finished the Flirting Turkeys and Harper's Forest was I went back to Joyous Day. I think I mentioned that it was calling to me and I was ready to get back to it. So here is the progress that I made. So I think last time I showed this to you, I had finished the top and the bird and the flower in the center part, but I went and I did all of the alphabets and filled in the house. And I went back and there were some tiny little Smyrna stitches on the zigzag border that I did. I'm doing this with all of the called for threads on a 28 count. Something by Picture This Plus. I'll list it below in the description box. But I'm happy with it. I think it's turning out really beautifully.
Yeah.
And while I was on the alphabet kick, I was like, there's another project that I've been avoiding that has an alphabet.
And it is?
It is my For the Birds series, also by Blackbird Designs. And the next one in the series that I needed to do was She Sights a Bird. I'm stitching all of these on one piece of fabric. It's a 40 count, I think Wren by Picture This Plus. And I did finish that. I guess that's a finish.
That's a finish.
But it's also kind of a whip because I still have 2 more blocks to go.
It's a whip, but it's also a finish.
Yeah. So here is my finish of that. I think they turned out really beautifully. I am using the called for DMC threads. And I think I said I'm stitching this on 40 count, so I'm using 1 strand of floss. And here is the whole thing so far. I just have 2 more blocks left. Oh, it might be a finish next year.
Do you have any idea how you're going to fully finish it?
In a frame.
In a frame.
Yeah, this one will get a frame. So I think it's really beautiful.
It is very beautiful. So I guess I had a new start, which is also whip, but I don't know if I should do that.
I'm going to shift some things around. So
She's going to shift some things around. I'm going to grab some of my whips here. So I've got a few different whips. This one is the Love is NES that I've been going to turn. Like I said, I'm turning these into ornaments later. Mm-hmm. I did another figure or two in this one. So I think I had most of these done last time.
I think so.
But I did add the Excite Bike guy. I think it was the only guy I did because I've been busy stitching on other things too. But I added this little Excite Bike guy. If you've played Excite Bike, you'll probably recognize him. The Castlevania one I think I had done. So this one's turning out nicely. I still have a lot more little figures to stitch before I add the names of them and all that.
Do you remember what you're stitching this on?
This is on, I think it's called Slate.
Oh yeah, it's Fabrics by Stephanie.
Fabrics by Stephanie. It's a Slate. It's an 18 count, I think. Okay. So, and then I have a Mill Hill one, which is Santa's Treats, which I think I have a.
He's got a thread in there.
I got a thread in there. But it kind of looks something like that without the thread in it. So this is just on 14 count perforated.
Yeah, with the kit provided.
With the kit provided, but it's turning out nicely. I've got pretty good thank you. Pretty decent progress on it. Obviously, like the pepper and that will look a little better once the beads are on, but it's turning out nicely.
It's going to be so cute.
I did have a little mishap that Mel helped me
with.
So I was stitching it, and they don't label the threads.
No, they don't. They just come in like a little blob.
And so there's a white and a light gray in the kits, and they look so very close. And when I have tired eyes, like I just grabbed what looked like white to me, and so half of the white outline on the pepper one
Well, I
was
think you were
white.
working on it. We were watching a movie. We were
Yeah.
hanging out with my parents. It was late.
So part of it was light gray, and she helped me defrog it.
I did. So the pepper part was white, and the mint part was gray.
Yes. So thankfully, I had some of that color in my stash,
Yeah.
so I was able to use my own color.
Right.
The same color, but so that was my fun adventure with that. And then I worked a little bit on my Fantasy Winter Castle, which this is on 20 count
denim. By my vintage needle art.
So I filled in. I had a lot of this done, but I filled in the tower since the last time, and then I started working on the blue part of the sky right there, which. So I have a little bit of work on this I got in, but not as much as I would have liked, I guess. Too many other things to stitch. That's the problem with too many projects. And I did have a new start as well, which is also web. And this is one, Subpar Stitches got me turned on to this one. This is the Choose Your Own Hobbit Adventure. And this one is on 20 count oatmeal by zweigart. Just using the call for threads. And this is... It doesn't look like a whole lot. This is the start of the tree. I'm doing the autumn tree. So this is my start on it. I should have a pretty good, much better start that next time. I have to because the next one's coming out in January. But I'm really happy with how this one's turning out so far. I think that's all my works in progress.
I have 2 more.
Go ahead.
So I'm working on Snow Tunes. I pulled that out after I finished working on the For the Birds. This was a pattern that was gifted to me last year by Frosty the Snowman. He brings us stuff.
Yes, he does.
So over the summer, I had stitched 3 of these. And then when I picked it back up, I did 2 more. So I worked on the string section. There's this little violin player and cello player. So I finished all of the regular cross stitches. Here are the ones that I had done this summer. So I'll still need to go back and do the back stitching and the fuzzy stuff and the beads. But I'm trying to get all of the regular cross stitching finished first. So I have 3 more of these to do, and then I can get to the rest of that.
Yeah, they're super cute.
They're very cute. And then I also, this was not in my whip parade because somehow it was in with my patterns. I went looking for Snow People, which I'm going to start in the middle of December leading up to Christmas. I think I talked about that last video. I'm going to be doing 12 days of Snow People. And so I went looking through my patterns to find Snow People, and I found this, and I was like, well, this wasn't in my whip parade.
It should have been.
But I had started it last year. So this is a block party pattern by Hands On Design. This is 25th. And when I found it, I had done all of the dark brown that's in the reindeer. So this week I started just stitching the rest of it. I think I had set it aside because I wasn't happy with it, but I don't know why past Melanie wasn't happy with it. Present Melanie just thinks it's just fine. So I'm about halfway done with the stitching on the doodads.
Yeah, it's looking great. I think it's looking great.
But it's going to be really cute. So after I finish this, I'll do the top, and then probably next time you see us, it'll be a fully finished object. Wow.
Is that it for whips?
That's it for my whips.
That's it for my whips too. So I guess we can turn to talking about future plans maybe, or do we
can.
gratitude?
I just have a tiny bit of sewing.
Tiny bit of sewing?
Yeah, so I worked on some project bags. Most of them I can't show you because they're going to be gifts. But I did make 2 for myself. This one with this snow globe pattern with some Christmas lights inside. And this one with these snow people. This was a cute fabric I found at Joann's. And this little white. The white is also inside. That was all the sewing I did.
She's been busy doing sewing, but she can't, like she said, she can't show you all of it.
Yeah.
I guess before we turn to future plans, I do want to thank Subpar for.
Yeah.
It was just. I don't know how we missed her last couple of videos. We were subscribed, and just the algorithms just didn't always tell us.
I don't know, and it didn't tell me that she had tagged us in her description either, so I don't know what happened there.
But Hilary at Subpar, I mean, it was just a beautiful shout out.
My gosh, not her most recent video, but the one before from the middle of November. She gave us a really beautiful shout out. We're just
it had us tearing up. So
Oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. Hillary, thank you so much.
Yes, I greatly appreciate it. You're always fun to watch, and I always look forward to it. And definitely have to make sure I get the algorithm doing what it's supposed to do, because
Yeah.
I don't know how I missed those.
Yeah, Hillary and Michael both have very similar styles in stitching, and like me, she stitches a lot of different things, so we enjoy watching her videos.
Yeah, so just wanted to say thanks before we move on to future plans.
And I also want to thank Julie at Julie and Stitches. She also gave us a really lovely shout out. Julie, thank you so much. I appreciate you and your videos and all of the things that you bring into this community through your videos. I love watching you when I'm working in the craft room. It feels like I've got a friend there.
Yeah.
Talking about things that I care about as much as she does.
Yeah. So just some gratitude. Definitely appreciate. We just appreciate our community in general. It's just, we have a great community here. So
there were so many times over this last month where I think I mentioned in the first video that Michael and I sit on opposite ends of the couch when we stitch. And there's so many times throughout the month and this last few months since we started this channel, that sort of that cushion that's between us. I feel all of you there. It feels like we're not stitching alone in the evenings. You all are there in that middle part of our couch with us. Yeah. And we're so grateful for that.
Yeah, it's just been an overwhelmingly positive just since we started the channel, especially, and just overwhelmingly grateful for everything.
Yeah, definitely.
So okay, so I guess future plans. Do you want to start? Or do you want me to?
Well, can we talk about purchases first?
Oh, that's right. We had purchases. I forgot about that. Yeah, go ahead.
Did you have any?
I don't think I had any purchases. So, I mean, I think.
Yeah, it's just me.
She had the purchases.
It's just
She's
me.
spending the money here. So.
I'm spending the money. All right. Well, I ordered. So, I'm planning on getting the new Brenda Gervais Snow Person. Oh. That's so cute. But I haven't gotten the pattern yet because I'm hoping to go to Color and Cotton sometime this week. But I did order from Chantel 141 the finishing board, which will make it look like a snow globe. So I ordered that. So it'll be all ready to go when I finish it.
Oh, yeah. That's something.
And when I got that, it came with this floss thing, which is so cool. I wasn't expecting it because I didn't get the full kit with the pattern, but it came with it. And it's fun.
Oh, yeah.
So thanks for that. I also placed an order to Top Knot Stitcher, and she had some ornament cuts of fabric, so I got these two. One is a really kind of denim-y dusty blue, and the other one is a beigey brown. I think those will be nice for some projects. And I also ordered this pattern because one of our favorite Halloween specials is the Raggedy Ann and Andy Pumpkin Who Couldn't Smile.
Oh, yeah.
And I was trying to look for this pattern at Galleria, and I didn't see it. It might have been there, but I didn't see it. And it is Sleepy Hollow, which has the grumpiest little pumpkins that ever existed.
They are glum pumpkins.
So I'm wanting to stitch this to put glum pumpkins in our house.
Yeah, we have to have glum pumpkins.
So that will be...
She beat me too because I was looking for patterns with glum pumpkins.
Were you?
I was. So...
Well, this one has several.
So we will have glum pumpkins.
Yeah, so this will be stitched next year when I'm in the mood.
And if you have no idea what we're talking about, you can try to find that and check it out.
I'm sure it's on YouTube.
It's probably on YouTube somewhere.
And then I also ordered 2 Snow People patterns because I needed 12 and I only had 10. So I ordered this one from Emily Call, Quilted Christmas. I saw there was a sale that was happening in November, but I wanted to hold off and stitch it in December, so I went ahead and printed that out. I know I'm going to be stitching this one, and then I might not get to the other ones until next year, but that's okay. Yeah. I think that's super cute. And I also ordered this Mill Hill Jim Shore kit. It's called Northern Snowman. Oh, he's so cute. So those are my purchases.
Yeah, I've been trying not to buy because I know Christmas is coming up, so
it is.
I'm trying not to buy things because somebody gets me something. And I also have a lot of patterns that I haven't stitched yet.
We have so many patterns, but
you can always use more, right?
A lot of people have been talking about comfort stitching lately, and Snow People are comfort stitching to me. Yeah, they will get me through the season.
I think my weird fantasy and video game ones are probably what I look for comfort. But yeah. so yeah, that was our purchases recently.
Yeah. So plans?
I have a couple planned. I know I have a whole bunch that I need to look through for the actual winter part, but for the next month, I have a couple that once I finish, at least one of them. I need to finish something before I can start something else because I don't.
Well, you could probably finish the Mill Hill one.
I'll finish the Mill Hill one for sure, and Probably some of these video game ones, but because I don't like to have too many going, as you know. So, but this is one of the ones I'm thinking of. This is called Kringle Flying Academy by Silver Creek Examplers. So, let's see if I can get it without the glare, so you can see. I just recently saw this in somebody who's.
Yeah, I don't remember. We watched a couple of Flosstubes yesterday,
and somebody had stitched this, so it was kind of fun to see that. And I picked out a this is Live&Dye. This is called Cardiff. It's a 18 count opal, which I have not stitched on before. I will see if I like it. It's kind of got a nice little glitter pattern. I think will look really nice with this this Christmas.
It'll make it look magical.
I think so. So we'll see how that one goes. And the other one I'm looking at possibly doing is called Spruce It Up by Silver Creek Samplers. So this one is. This one reminds me of like the Griswold Christmas and that, so I kind of had to get it. And I've picked out, let's see, which is the one I was using for this. This is called Cauldron Spill. It's an Aida 18 count by Laura's Fabrics. So this one just kind of more of a neutral. I think it'll look really nice on that.
I think it will too.
So kind of similar to what they picked out. The other one's a little bit different, but I think I like it on that one better than the other options I had.
Yeah.
So those are my two future ones. I know there's, like I said, I know there's probably some that I'll probably start in January, but I had to look through all my different patterns before I decide. I've been putting off the Stardew Valley ones. I have some characters in that to add to my Stardew Valley house I showed. But I know they're also coming out with an update for Stardew Valley.
For the game.
So I think when I'm playing the game again with that update, I'll probably stitch on that. So we'll see.
Do you know when that's coming out?
It's supposed to come out sometime in January or February, I think. So it'll be soon. But it's supposed to be a big update. Some new festivals and mini games and stuff. So it should be fun.
Cool.
So, and you have some plans.
Yeah, I've got.
She has lots of plans.
I've got some plans. So I'm doing the 12 Days of Snow People. Woofy Stitches. Sorry, I'll link it below. She's a new Flosstuber, Lindsay, and I watched her video this week and I just loved it. I love Lindsay's spirit and her attitude, and I'm so grateful that she started making floss tubes and that she's really immersing herself in this community. Well, in her video, she said she was going to do a 12 Days of Christmas sale kind of a thing. And so I was planning on hopping on that when I heard that and adding that hashtag to whatever I do with my snow people. But then I saw that she switched and she's going to do 31 starts this month. So, Lindsay, I hope that you're enjoying your stitches this month and starting all the things that is bringing you a lot of peace and joy. But I am planning on doing 12 snow people, and I'm going to do it. Last year I did it from Christmas afterwards, and this year I'm going to do it leading up to Christmas. And our Christmas celebrations kind of begin on the 23rd, so I'm going to be starting my snow people on the 11th. I'm going to try to be good about posting on Instagram so that you can see what I'm stitching on what days. I'm not going to show them all here because you're going to see them all next month in our next video.
Yeah.
But they're super cute, and I can't wait to start stitching them. And then I also have a project that I've picked out to do Christmas start. So that's going to be Peace on Earth by Barbie Petal Pusher. And I'm using the called for threads, and I have this piece of Mountain Mist, 36 count Mountain Mist by Laura's Fabrics that I've already cut to size. It's a really beautiful tealy blue. It's not coming off tealy. It doesn't look like it in the camera, but it is tealy.
It is tealy.
I think it's going to be really beautiful, and that is my biggest wish, not just at Christmas, but all the time for Peace on Earth.
Yes, hopefully someday.
Yeah, so
that's kind of our
I'm sure I'll have a New Year's Day start. I don't know what it is yet. It might be, I got the shipping notification for the Gilmore Girls.
Oh, that's right.
Style, fabric, and thread is on its way to my house.
Yes, I'm sure you'll be starting that one.
Yeah, so I'll probably start that New Year's Day. Maybe before that.
Maybe before. We'll see.
They've already released the border, so I'm considering starting the border early and then doing the actual doodads once January comes. We'll find out.
We will find out very soon.
Other plans are just to enjoy stitching.
Enjoy stitching. That's really the big plan.
Yeah.
It's just enjoy stitching. Whatever you're stitching on, just enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, okay, I think that's it for our cross stitch.
I think so. This is going to be a short video.
Yeah, shorter than normal.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure we'll have a lot more cross stitch next time with all the Christmas stuff. And
I'll have probably a very long segment of stitching.
yes. So yeah, before everybody goes, I would like to say just thank you for being here with us and enjoying this hobby with us. We shouldn't appreciate having everybody.
It's meant so much to us.
It really has. It's been a great experience, and I encourage anybody who is maybe on the fence about it, just go ahead and give it a try, because this is just a great community.
Yeah.
And if you are leaving, just enjoy your holiday season. Whatever you're working on or whatever projects you have, enjoy your stitching this.
Yeah, there's so many holidays, holy days, festivals. We hope that whatever you participate in, that you enjoy it, that you get to spend time doing the things that you love with people that you love.
Exactly, because that's really what it's all about. It's about spending time doing stuff you love with the people you love. So,
if the holidays are hard for you, we understand. Please be gentle on yourself. Stay hydrated. Lean into the sunshine. Know that we're thinking of you if it's difficult, and we are just sending you all of our love.
Yeah, and enjoy the holiday food, which I'm looking forward to making Christmas cookies this year. I always look forward to it every year.
The other day he asked me what we're making, and I was like, I don't know, I haven't thought about that
My
yet.
thoughts have already turned to Christmas cookies.
We just finished the last of the Thanksgiving leftovers, so.
Newsflash, next time I'll probably be talking about Christmas cookies.
Oh boy. Because
I'm looking forward to I'm going to probably make some new kinds this year. So
Are you?
I think so.
All right.
So I love baking. So it's one of my other hobbies.
Yeah.
So so just have a wonderful holiday season and a happy new year. And we'll look forward to having you back if you're leaving now. And if you're staying with us, we'll look forward to talking to you about our board games.
Yeah. We wish you all the best. Thank you for spending time with us, and we love you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so moving on to the board games.
If you're new here, our other hobby, in addition to cross stitch, is board games. So at the end of our videos, we talk about board games that we've played.
Yep, and we limited it to the ones we played more than once over the last month. Because
we played 13 different games this month, but there's only 4 that we played more than
once.
Twice.
More than twice, yeah, that's what it was. So we'll start with our older games first, and then move into the little bit more recent, newer ones. So the first one we played there's actually something new about it, but this one's called Rolling Realms, and unbeknownst to me, on our anniversary, she gave me, they had these little mini expansions they've come out with. Yeah,
so the game comes with a certain number of cards that you can play with, and then they've come out with a bunch of different mini expansions which add new cards to the game. And next year they're going to be coming out with like a standalone expansion to it.
And all the cards have to do with their other games, so they're all themed by different games they've made. And so the basic premise on this one is you have a set of 3 cards that you're trying to work towards, and they all involve numbers. You have 2 dice you roll, and so you're trying to use each of the dice on one of each of the cards.
So this is a game by Stonemaier Games. It was developed by I think the owner.
The owner, yeah.
His name is Jamie, and he developed this game at the beginning of the pandemic as something that he could play with his friends online. So it's a very kind of a solitaire game where you're not doing much interaction with other players. One person rolls the dice, and then everyone takes an action based on the dice that the person rolled.
Yeah, so it's easy to play like over Skype or whatever, like in the pandemic. Which is
if other people have the cards.
And then it ended up becoming really popular, and so these just continued to expand. And we love it. It's a great travel game. All you have to do is take the 2 color card decks or whatever color decks you need, and the 2 dice, and it travels easily.
Yeah, and the cards are dry erasable, so that's great. We can just keep playing it.
It's a really well designed system, and is that each of the 3 cards, you'll have different goals or objectives. Of things
each card has a different thing,
different ways of getting points, basically. And so you'll have little tools like there's like a pumpkin.
There's ways to manipulate the dice
to get whatever numbers you might need. So it's a hugely fun game. It plays really quickly. It's only like half an hour at the most.
Yeah, I would say for the 2 of us, we played it enough times that it's a pretty quick game for us.
Yeah. So. Kind of a small aside. I actually did an interview with Jamie Stonemaier for one of my classes. I think they published it on their blog site. I've never watched it, but I just did it for my class. But it was fun to talk to him. He was really interesting. That was just an aside. I don't often get to talk to a game designer, so So yeah, this was a really fun one. We play this one a lot.
Yeah, we do.
Off and on.
Which is why I've been kind of gradually getting the little expansions, and then I thought I would gift them to him.
Yeah, I had no idea.
In one lump
It was a
time.
big surprise to me because I didn't even know they were coming out with all these expansions. So, so that was one of the ones we played a lot. Another one is it's a little bit newer game for us.
I backed this one last year. It's called Fit to Print.
Fit to Print.
It's by AEG and Flat Out Games.
Yeah.
We love so many of their games: Cascadia, Calico, and Verdant.
Verdant, yes.
We love all three of those. They're great games. This one is
very
different from those, but we also love this one.
Because those are all relaxed, kind of take your movie.
They're laid back. That you can drink your coffee. You can play the game. There's not a lot of
There's not a lot of pressure and attention.
No.
Because this one is all about.
This is completely the opposite.
It reminds me a little bit of Galaxy Trucker,
which is a game that we have.
But it's because it's timed. You have. Was it 4 minutes?
Yeah, so the theme of this game is we're woodland creatures working for newspapers, and we're trying to fill our newspapers so that they're ready to print.
Yep, and so you have articles, you have advertisements, you got pictures, and you have happy stories and sad stories. And so you're trying to balance your paper so that it's not either overly happy or overly sad.
And there are certain rules. You can't put certain things touching other certain things.
Yeah, and you have a certain amount of space that gets bigger. It's over the weekend, so you're publishing Friday, Saturday, Sunday's paper, and as each day goes on, the area gets a little bit bigger. So you have a confined area, and you have different size and shape pieces you can put in.
Yes, and it's timed, so it's chaos because everyone's reaching for the center to grab things to see what they are, and then you can set it aside to see, do I want to put this in my paper or not?
And it's in 2 phases because the first. I mean, the time is the same, but the first phase is grabbing whatever pieces you think you need, and you put them on your little desk. Which they have each has little desks.
I tried to take a picture of all of the games that we played this month, so I'll insert a picture and you'll be able to see the little desk that he's talking about. Yeah.
And so you put them on there until you think you have enough, and then you can choose to move on to your next phase, which is taking them all off and putting them onto your thing.
Right.
And you want to be close because any pieces you don't use that are left over count against you.
Yes, minus points, and you don't have too much empty space because that also gives you negative points at the end of the game.
So it's a balance of do I have just enough pieces for the space I have available to me, and you have a starter piece that has to go on a certain spot in there, and so you're building around that, and you're trying to complete goals at the end. There's mini goals that give you points as well, and so there's 3 rounds, 3 days, and then at the end, whoever has the most points wins, obviously.
Yeah, whoever's got the best paper.
But it's just a hugely fun game, and it plays quickly because you're timed, so there's not a lot of time between rounds, and it's just a lot of fun. It's super cute.
Yeah.
So, one that she backed recently. So.
So that's Fit to Print. It came a couple months ago.
Came a couple months ago. This one we've had a little while. We got this one at Gen Con.
Yeah, this is a game we got at Gen Con last year. It's called Evergreen, and it's by.
It's by HG. I don't remember who that is.
Hungry. I'll look it up.
I don't know.
I'll look it up.
It's not important.
It'll be in the information box below.
But this one it's really a lot of fun. I'll go ahead and leave it. But good.
Well, it's all right.
It's a big game.
So in this game, you have a planet, and you're basically trying to grow
trees.
Green.
Yeah, green. You're trying to make it green
across your planet. So on each turn, you're choosing one card, and that's going to help determine where on your planet you're growing, and what type of things you're growing. Are you growing little sprouts? Are you growing the sprouts that you have into larger trees? Are you growing the large trees into big trees?
And then there's also some other bonus things you can get. Like you can get bushes that'll connect your forest area because you want a big, huge forest. That's the goal, part of the goal as well of getting points. You want the super large trees at the end of the game because only they count towards the final scoring.
So during the game, there's 4 different scoring phases.
There's 4 scoring phases, yeah.
You have a little sun that you move around your board, and you get points based on the flow of the sun.
Where the light's coming from, and then trees will shadow different things, and so the ones that are shadowed don't produce points.
Yeah.
And so depending on where the sun goes, that also affects. Like the bigger trees cast shadow 2 spaces. And so it's kind of strategic of figuring out where you want to grow things next to try to get the most points.
But you don't want to leave too many gaps because you also get points for having a large area of trees.
Correct. So you're getting 2 sources of points at the end of each round. And then you have different bonus actions. Like I said, there's the bushes, there's the lakes you can put in that'll help you grow faster. And there is points, and there's like the different twigs. medium-sized trees and large trees. So
It's an interesting game.
it is very interesting. We saw that we almost missed this Gen Con the first time.
We did. It was in a corner.
And
don't put this in a corner.
No. So we bought that Gen Con. It's been a good purchase. We had one similar to this, but this one plays West.
Yeah, the one that was similar to this is called Photosynthesis, which we had. It was a little more fiddly.
It's okay, an okay game, but this one is, I think, is refined.
This has definitely replaced that game for us.
So
in our collection.
So we might end up selling that one at Gen Con next year.
So
this one gets a lot of play.
Yeah.
It's super easy to learn too. So and then we have one other game we played a lot of.
Yes, this was another one that you backed.
This is one that I backed. Yeah. It's a cooperative, and this is by the same people that made Pandemic. I'm sure you most of you are familiar with that game.
Yeah, it's a pretty popular game.
And this one is called Daybreak. And it is also cooperative. And it's very challenging. I would say it's not one of those light games.
We played it 5 times and we finally won on the 5th try.
Yes. It takes a lot of learning to figure out how to win.
It does.
Because so the basic premise is that each person represents a different area of the world. Whether it's the United States, Europe, China.
Sort of the current modern world.
Sort of the current modern world. Yeah. And then, a majority of the world. And so each of you has your own carbon footprint made up of different sources, like the electric sources, but also like cars and industry and food. And so what you're trying to do is to dial back your carbon footprint so that it balances with what can be absorbed by the planet is really what you're trying to do. And you have to trade off. And so you get each round, you'll get X number of cards and you'll go to play as many as you want. And you're playing simultaneously. Like there's really no turn taking. And so you're playing cards down to try to start projects or to make those projects better, or you're taking actions from the projects you have, which typically involves discarding a card out of your hand that you've just gotten to do certain things. So you're trying to produce greener energy and get rid of the other types of bad carbon stuff. And at the end of that, when everybody's done playing their cards, you'll move on to the next round, which is where you essentially produce all your carbon. Some of it gets absorbed. Some of it causes bad things to happen because it causes different temperature rises. Roll a dice to see what kinds of natural disasters slowly occur because of the rising temperatures. And that makes things even worse for you. If you haven't won, and you win by reducing your carbon footprint so that it balances and goes the other direction. And then you have to survive the final climate changes at the end of that round. It's really difficult to do.
Yeah.
But it is hugely fun because
it's a really interesting game, and I'm excited to play it more and kind of learn more. One of the things that I think is super cool about this game that I think would be great for a family with some older kids is that each of the cards in the game, every single card has a little QR code on it. So, and a lot of games have like, what's it called? Like an index where you can read the information about the cards to see what they are. But in this game, each one has a QR code. When you follow that, excuse me, it gives you information about what it is. So what is solar panels? How are they effective? How can they help us in this
it's very
kind of global vision? Yeah. What will it take for it to be a sustainable, helpful thing? But it says that for all, there's hundreds of cards in this game. Everything. So it's a really good, I think it could be a really good educational tool.
And discussion tool.
Discussion tool, yes.
And it's very, the core of it is really all about working together because you have to work together well as a team.
If you don't work together, you will lose.
Yes. So, one person focusing on this or helping this person with their electric problem because they can have better resources for it. It's really all about cooperation. Yes. So that's one of the, I always like cooperative games in it, but this one really puts it at the core, at the focus of it. So it was definitely a great back. If you're interested, I definitely would check it out.
If you like Pandemic or you like cooperative games that are really challenging, I would recommend it.
Yeah. We weren't sure when we first played it because it was so difficult.
The first game was so hard. So if the first game for you is hard, just keep trying again.
Expect that. You'll just make adjustments as you learn how to play it. Right. And you will get better and you'll do better. But it just takes time. Yeah. But as I said, it took us 5 playthroughs to finally win. But we definitely were doing better before we even got to that point.
Yes. Yeah.
So those are the ones we played most recently. Yeah. So there's been other ones we played, but not as often. Yeah. This last month. So I'm sure we'll have more games to talk about, especially with Christmas coming up. But I think that's it for games.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So if you stayed with us until the very end of our gaming segment, we appreciate you joining us on this on our gaming journey, and hopefully you're also having a fun gaming journey.
Yeah.
And hopefully you get lots of fun games for Christmas as well, or whatever holidays you might celebrate.
Oh.
I love building game collections, so obviously I'm going to wish that.
Yes.
So I guess that's it for our video.
Yeah, that's it for our video. We'll be back in the beginning of January sometime.
Yeah, about a month. Probably right after the New Year, we'll record our next one. So, yeah. So until then, thank you, and we love you, and are grateful to have you a part of our channel.
Yeah, we hope you're well, that you enjoy time with the people you love, doing the things that you love, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Thanks so much. Bye.